Hi, I'm Bill, and welcome to VEDA Day 7. Today, I'm going to be talking about making plans. You know, there's this John Lennon song, Beautiful Boy, that says, life is what happens when you're making other plans. And there's a lot of truth to that statement. You know, the wonderful serendipitous things that happen in our lives, like meeting the one we love, or having an opportunity, getting an opportunity to collaborate with people on an interesting project, or the precise nature of the job opportunities or other calling opportunities that come into your life. You can't plan out, tomorrow I'm going to find my love, that sort of thing. So does that mean that the entire exercise of planning at an individual level is fruitless and a waste of time? I would say not. An interesting study results came out from Harvard University in 1989. Back in 1979, Harvard surveyed the graduating class of MBAs. So you're already talking about a fairly bright group of people. So there's a lot of sort of bias of entry into these statistics, but they found an interesting thing. They asked that group of 1979 MBA graduates, do you have a set of goals, and have you written them down and made plans to accomplish them? 84% of the respondents said that they had no goals whatsoever, no specific goals whatsoever. 13% said they had goals, but they hadn't written down anything concrete, concrete plans. 3% said yes, they had goals, yes, they had plans to accomplish them, and they had committed those plans to paper. So 10 years later, Harvard follows up. It's a small enough group of people that, people actually want to keep in touch with their alma mater, so the sample size was statistically significant again. And they asked that same group of people a number of other questions. And then they correlated them to the answers that they'd gotten before. And they found that one question about making plans was the single biggest predictor of the income of those students later on. What they found was that the 13% that said they had goals, as opposed to the 84% that said they did not have goals when they graduated, that 13% on average was earning twice as much as the 84% group. But more staggering was that the 3% of the people that had written down plans to accomplish those goals on average, that group, I guess, made 10 times as much as the other 97% of the people put together. So think about that. 3% of the people earned 90% of the overall income of the entire cohort, and the single statistically significant thing that they were able to determine, it wasn't how wealthy they were to start with, or that they came from rich families, or any of those other things. Their earnings were more than anything else correlated to the answer to that question: do they have written down goals? Now, I'll be the first person to say that monetary income is although it's a success indicator, it is not the totality of success, right? In other words, we don't all have to be billionaires in order to be successful in our own eyes and the eyes of the people that we care about. But I think it does say something about the likelihood of achieving what you set out to achieve. You need to have a plan in order to accomplish it. Plans can change, and they constantly change, but if you don't have a plan, you can't make changes to the plan. And I have to say, I know a lot of people in my life that run the gamut from folks that are substantially more successful than me, that I really look up to and admire what they've been able to achieve, to folks that really could use some help, and frankly will probably live the rest of their lives requiring help, a little help from their family and friends to get by. But when you lay aside issues of physical or mental disability, the number one thing when I talk to the folks and I ask myself the questions, well, how come X and so just never seems to be able to get it together? Well, the answer invariably is that no plans for the future are made, that their time horizon over which they attempt to visualize their life at best is month by month. More likely it's day by day, and so every month, as the end of the month, the last week of the month comes, the mad scramble to find rent, for example, begins for many folks. I guess a question to anybody who's watching this, which the statistics say no one is, so I guess right now I'm doing this just to gain facility with talking into the camera and getting comfortable with that. A question I would ask anyone is, do you make plans? And what are those plans, and how has the setting of plans helped you end up accomplishing them? You know, one of my best friends used to tell me that a goal without a plan is a dream, and that dreams are fine for children, but that at a certain time in your life, you know, you are now responsible for the achievement of your dreams, which means taking those dreams, translating them into goals, and then making plans to achieve those goals. And again, I'm talking about all kinds of goals, not just goals to make money or to do a particular thing. So I think one of the things that I'm going to do over the next month is revisit all of my own dreams and goals and what the plans are towards them, and maybe share a little bit of the thought process that I go through in the hopes that maybe it will be helpful to other people. So that's it for me today. Please leave your comments about plans down below in the comments section, and have a great day.